Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to our first PTA meeting of the school year, 25, 26. Thank you all for being here. Well, this is a beautiful, beautiful year for me. This is my last year at the elementary school camp. Yes, yes. So for those of you all who don't know me, my name is Ms. Sanders. I am your PTA president. I'm naturally the mother of 7. For those who don't know me that well, I have 4 singletons and a set of triplets. My eldest is 28. My second singleton, he's 19. He's in his 2nd year of college. My 3rd singleton, he's Barnard alumni. He's a junior in high school. My 4th singleton, Barnard alumni. She's a 7th grader. And my final trio, they're in the 5th grade here at Barnard Elementary School. Yes, and my triplets are the last in elementary school. And I love each and every one of your scholars. Thank you for choosing Barnard Elementary School, where only the best is good enough. I would like to introduce you all to our officers. My Vice President, Eliza Carver.
Hi, everyone. I'm the Vice President and the parent of Lena in 3rd grade and Francesca in 1st grade. My wife Rachel is over there too. And one thing I will say is I'm also chair of the Family Engagement Committee. One of our priorities is to reach all of our families in every way we can. And so we request interpretation in Spanish from DCPS. And Mr. Carlos is interpreting in Spanish. We send that interpretation out on Zoom, and he also has some little magical earpieces. I'm going to ask all our speakers to do their best to speak like I am. Slowly, with spaces between your sentences, so that Carlos can do a great job interpreting for anyone who's watching. Thank you all, or for me later.
I would also like to introduce Liz, our secretary.
My name is Liz Langton. I'm the secretary of the PTA. I have a 2nd grader, Lauren, who's been here since pre-K3, and just excited to be here and help. Thanks.
And new to our board, we have Julie, who is our treasurer.
Julie Schofield. Been at Barnard for 2 years. My son
I went in on my
Paxton
phone
in
and I didn't
K4.
finish.
You'll hear more from me on the talk about the budget.
Translation. Got it. Yeah, as long as it's working, I don't care.
No, just forget. Big voice.
Back to meeting. How do I exit?
Thank you. Okay, our upcoming events. Tomorrow is our annual Grandparents' Day en blanc. I hope you all have RSVP. Please come on out tomorrow and celebrate with us. The location will be right here in the gym and auditorium. Also, next Tuesday, we'll have our chat and shoot with leadership. So come out if you can at 9 a.m. 9:30. Will be better. All right, our calendar. One moment, y'all. So anyone who's pre-ordered t-shirts, they will be back next Tuesday. Pre-order t-shirts or sweatshirt. They'll be back.
No.
All of them, not all.
No, the pre-orders closed.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So, hi, everyone. We have our fantastic merchandise manager, Kristen Sermons, and fundraising chair, Alyssa Lewis, have put together a way to order your Barnard t-shirts and sweatshirts at the lowest possible cost. which is to pre-order them through our website. Sales will close on the 30th, next at the end of the month, and then we'll bring them to school and hand them out for pickup. You can order them at barnardpta.com. You'll see the form on the website, or you can use your phone to snap the QR code on the poster over there. And they're a good deal. You get 2 for $30 t-shirts and 4 sweatshirts, 2 for 40. It's the best price we have. Okay.
Thank you.
As well, tell us now.
Well, without further ado, we have a moment from our awesome principal, Dr. Reed. Thank you for being here this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to almost the first 5 weeks of school. We have completed the 5th week of school, and I'm delighted to say things are going very, very well. The kids have eased into the new year. They're getting a little bit antsy now. They're making a lot of new friends, and we're beginning to see 1 or 2 little things that children do. It's school, it's natural, and so we're really, really happy with how things are moving along. Our teachers are teaching. We have done several walkthroughs, and we are absolutely happy and pleased with what we have seen with teaching going on to the max. We have completed all of our beginning of the year testing. We made all our deadlines with all the kids we have at Barnard, which is teetering on 600. And we are absolutely happy with our kids and what is going on at this school. I am very proud to be the principal of Barnard. And I'm also very proud that you selected us, because we know you have a lot of choices, but we are thankful and happy that you selected Barnard as your school of choice for your children's foundational education. There are a few things that I was asked to bring to your attention. First and foremost, the building. Unfortunately, we can't see through the windows, but it's going up really, really fast. And next year, this time, we will be in the building. They are supposed to complete it. Thank you, Liza. It's supposed to be completed at the end of the summer so that we can move in for the next school year. And we're moving, we're right on target. As a matter of fact, tomorrow we will have a meeting, a 5th meeting, to look at the furniture and everything that will be inside for our kids. I find it so exciting. I cannot wait for the kids to be in that new building over there. They deserve it. Especially our teachers who have had to put up with the annex over the past few years, and our children as well, with the lipstick facilities over there, which frankly has not affected the teaching learning process, because we're very adaptable. Let me say thank you to you for putting up with the new arrangement, the steps, climbing the steps in the morning and all of that. I know it's challenging, I know it's difficult, but what's the alternative? I mean, we have been allowed to remain at our schools. Schools that have done this have lost so many kids. It has affected the enrollment of the school really badly. we have been allowed to stay in place and keep our kids at our school. The alternative to that is to be out there, out front, where the kids are interacting with individuals that we do not know, and the trucks bringing in materials. And so it's really a matter of safety. It's not going to last forever. The parking issues and all of that, I know it's very challenging. But in our minds, it's the best way of keeping our children safe and of making sure that we're keeping them out of danger at the front of the building, the truck. I couldn't live with myself if I should hear that something happened out there with any of our kids. So thank you for bearing with us, and we sincerely appreciate that. I'm gonna have to put on my glasses because the light in here are very bad. I can hardly see my little notes. Attendance and health force. Please note, parents, that coming to school on time, I want to say that before anything, coming to school on time is critical for our kids. Breakfast begins in the mornings at 10 minutes after 8. And there is not a single day that breakfast has been late. Our crew, we have a solid crew in that cafeteria. They are on time, breakfast is ready and waiting for the kids. And we please, and I know when we talk in forums like these, we're preaching to the converted, right? I mean, you all know that, and you're getting the kids here on time. But I also recognize the fact that we are online. Please, please, please get the kids to school with sufficient time for them to eat and to get to their classrooms by 8:40. They're picked up from the cafeteria and the gym at 8:40. At 8:55, at 8:40, they get to the classrooms, then they have their meet and greet, their morning starting with their peers and their teachers, setting the tone for the day. And then we have our morning announcements. Subsequently, instruction begins promptly at 9 a.m. If the kids are late, they are missing out on their reading instruction, which is going to mean that our kids are going to be falling behind. Please make sure that they're getting here on time. I've seen some improvement in that, for which I'm very happy, but we need them here in the building so that they're not missing on instruction that could impact their performance. Please remember, you also now have access to Aspen, which is where our attendance is captured. If a child is out, you need to contact your child's teacher to let them know why. And you also have in Aspen, no, it's not in Aspen, but we have notes and pamphlets. I think we have some over there on the side, which details what is an excused absence from school. Once the kid is out for 10 days, we have no choice but to report it to Child and Family Services. And they take it from there. So please make sure the kids are coming to school. It's the safest place, even with what is happening nationally. It's the safest place for kids. Okay? Health forms, immunizations. The DC law is that all the kids have to be immunized, regardless of what you're hearing in the media. DCPS requires, and the DC Health requires that all children are immunized. If it is that you do not want your child to be immunized, you can get what is it called, an exception from the Department of Health. But you must have that exception. It is a yearly thing. So if you had one last year, it is not good for this year. Okay? So please make sure that you're up to date with the immunizations. A lot is moving around right now with the RSV and flu, and I'm hearing that the flu is very bad this year. I don't know. I hope I don't get it. So please make sure that those immunizations are done, because come December 7th, they are having what is called exclusion day. The kids cannot come to school unless their immunizations are up to date, or that you have an exception from the Department of Health. Please make sure that we're keeping abreast of it, because it's critically important. Okay? I'd just like to say that, again, to remind us that we're a Title I school. And because we're a Title I school, all of our children are provided with breakfast, lunch. Next week, it is my understanding that the fruit and vegetable program, which provides a snack for the kids, will be in place, and supper for the kids who are in the after-school program. And that means that the kids are fed. You do not have to pay, thankfully. The meals are really good. Many days that's where I want to get a little lunch myself. The food is really good. Okay, well prepared, cooked in the cafeteria. They take care of it, balanced meal. If it is that your children or your child is not able to eat certain things, the nurse, once you get that documentation, it is given to the cafeteria manager, and you can have, what should I say, a different meal sent in for your child. Please, kids, please, we're peanut-free school. We cannot serve, we don't do the nuts, because so many of the kids are allergic to nuts. And it could be a fatal thing. We don't share food in the cafeteria and all of that. But please make sure that, you know, you can stop in Uno's and see exactly what the kids are eating. I am very pleased with the balance that they have there for the kids. So as a Title I school, as I said earlier, our meals are taken care of, and the funding that we get is also used to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the kids by the hiring that we do. For example, this school year, we have 2 coaches and an interventionist on staff. And a lot of the money that we have been given to fund the school goes into making sure that we have our coaches who are taking care and making sure that our teachers are well prepared to meet the needs of the kids. And for the kids who are falling behind, we have an interventionist who will help to catch them up so that they're all moving forward and preparing. Okay? And I think there is one other thing. I don't want to use all your time. I just like to say a huge thank you to the PTAs for the support that we have been getting. Snacks, obviously, financial support with all the activities that we do, stepping up with some of the challenges that we are facing as a country and as a school, advocating for the rights of our parents and our children, helping us to get the kids to school and to get them back home safely to their parents, and just how you have worked together with us as a school. I cannot say my heart is warm for something like that. You know, many times you don't know what I cry a lot. And honestly, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being there, for supporting everything else. some days that are so hard when you come in. And you get the news that, somebody's parent has been taken away. So thank you for the support that you bring to us, and we solidly and appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Reed. And thank you to everyone, all of our volunteers that have been boots on the ground for our community this school year. A beautiful connection of our community. Thank you all so very much. Well, Barnard Bears, what time is it? It is DC score season. Yes, and we've had a game, so stay tuned. The junior scores play every Wednesday to be determined the location. And the DC scores play every Thursday. So look out for the schedule. Please come out and support our Bears as they take on other schools. As one city, we're representing Barnard. Okay, we're the winners, of course. But we're all winners in one city. Also, coming up, our monthly produce market will begin again on October 17th. That's Friday, October 17th. Usually begins around 2 p.m. Look out for announcements, but that will be the first day that it will begin. Come out and get some yummy food for your family if needed. Next month, school will be closed on October 9th, October 10th, my birthday, and October 13th for Indigenous Day. October 9th and 10th are parent-teacher conference days. So schedule your parent-teacher conferences accordingly. We're also, I must mention this, we're in the season of the mega germ. So just please be mindful. If your scholars aren't feeling so well, please keep them home. And after 4 days, within 4 days that Dr. Reed just mentioned, they will need a note. But I do have a resource for you for right now. There's a resource called Dispatch Health, which will come to your home. Instead of you needing to go to the ER or urgent care, Dispatch Health will come to your home. Another resource also, we will post it, is Reliant D. The virtual medical service beats having to go to the ER or the doctor's office. Oh, let's see. I also would like to send a special thank you out to our administrators and our teachers that are here present and online for our PTA meetings. Thank you for all that you do. This Saturday at the Soldiers Home, Barnard Bears will be representing for a fundraising opportunity. What time is it begin? Come on.
3 to 8.
You want to come up and tell them about it? Okay, all right. So that's all of the upcomings that we have at Barnard. Now, we'll have a report from our treasurer. Okay. The remapping schedule. Our vice president is going to go first.
So this is really a treasurer role, but Julie just started.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give the last year's year in review. And then Julie will take over and introduce the proposed budget for this year. So one thing we're really proud of is that our membership is climbing every year, but we have not yet beat 118 this year. So if you have not signed up and paid your dues, it's nice to do it online. There's a QR code on our display board, but you can also, there's a paper form you can fill out. $10 per family per year. And if you know anybody who hasn't done theirs, please do renew each year. It makes a big difference because if we say, Dr. Reed, we really need X, Y, or Z, and we can say, and we represent, all these people, then she has to listen to us more. That's the deal. So help me get those numbers up. Also the council, the mayor's office. We support all the students. That number was the enrollment from last year, I'm pretty sure. And we support all the staff. We have about 100 staff in this building every year supporting our about 600 students. It's a big school and we support all the staff. We have a lot of volunteer roles. the book fair, friendship party, coat drive and supplies closet, teacher appreciation, room clearance. I'm not gonna read it to you. If you're here in the room, there's a paper copy of these 3 slides, the year in review slides, over on the front table. And then this is available, those of you watching, you can see it here. And this year in review, 1-pager is also on our website on the About the CT. We raised a lot of money last year. We raised, it's actually slightly more than $41,000 after all the dollars were in, but it's about $41,000. Our Cares for Bears campaign was through the roof. I want you all to give it up for the fundraising committee and our Tiffany Reed, our new fundraising chair, is Melissa Luce. You'll hear from her soon. We did awesome last year. We blew out our finally, what did we spend it on? Again, this is small print. Those of you online can see it. Those of you in person, I welcome you to grab a flyer. The number one thing we spent it on is student community. We spent $23,800 on student community. We spent a significant amount on teachers and staff as well, to make them really feel valued and supported and appreciated. That's $11,600 last year. Spent about $4,200 on supporting PTA meetings. When we get to family engagement, I'll tell you a little bit about the plans for that for this year. And the rest is t-shirts, merchandise, and PTA administrative matters like our website and printing and postage. Any questions about last year's income or expenses? Big picture? If you think of any, you can let us know at the end and we have some Q&A time. Turning it over to our treasurer for this year. This flyer is also on the table if you want to look at, read this in front of your face.
Okay, so as Eliza said, fiscal year 24-25 exceeded our expectations, both on income and expenses. When the DC budget was cut in spring of 25, the PTA was able to go out and raise additional funds and cover events that otherwise may have been cut. So PTA board would love to support the level of activity again, but given elevated economic uncertainty this year, we're not comfortable committing to that higher level of funding needed. So we are proposing a conservative budget this year. It decreases spending by 46%. And as you look at this year's compared to last year, and I will say last year, as Eliza pointed out, there was slight difference. Slight differences. Some of that was strictly fund. So that slight differences from one slide to the next. But for income, the biggest difference this year is we're not projecting any restricted funds to come in. And also we've lowered our expectations for donations by half. So we hope, and so far we are off to a good start, which I'm sure Melissa will tell you about, but we do hope, and we plan to reevaluate the budget after our campaign this fall. If donations exceed our conservative expectations, we want to allocate funds to our top priorities are student events, community support, and teacher appreciation. So that this is a conservative budget, but we do have hopes that we're going to be able to reallocate funds after our campaign this year. While the expense expectations are 46% lower, we are happy to report that 86% of costs are allocated to students and staff, which is an increase over 81% last year. So I didn't put the, this is the budget snapshot. We figured it was easier to show on the one-page snapshot. I do have the full budget if anybody wants to see it, to see the various line items, or if anybody has any questions about it. Happy to go into more detail.
After this Q&A, we're going to take a vote. So this is your time to ask questions about this, please. And if you want the copy to see these numbers, it's over on the front table. That should help us out. Question.
The fourth grade restricted fund, what is that?
It's some funds that were given to the fourth grade for a special event for them specific. Something that they inherited last year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, big event.
So it's
They
like-
haven't done.
No, it's something that was offered to the fourth grade last year. They didn't get to utilize the opportunity. So it's still there for whenever they're able to use it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. We have, I guess I didn't talk about that. We've got two pools of restricted funds that we're not allowed to use in the general budget. One is the principal's fund that someone donated. I think they donated that last year, right?
Yes, I think it was the year before, and if I will say, we have it there to buy a kiln for the new building. We want to, introduce our kids to things like ceramic, and I'm holding on to it to do exactly that. So the kids in the art teacher, I mean, is just so excited about that. So you will see that come out when we're in the new building. Okay,
Yeah, so that's the principal's fund and then the fourth grade restricted funds that were given with a specific purpose. So we're not allowed to disclose from the general budget, but when expenses come up or when events come up that meet those criteria, then we can take from those funds.
Any questions? Any more questions? Oh, online.
Somebody asked you a question.
No, none online. All right, Eliza. Are we ready to call the vote?
I know this is a conservative budget, but I hope by our next meeting, we'll have good news that we're able to allocate additional funds.
I believe we will. We shall, I'm optimistic. Indeed.
Yeah, no, it's,
Yeah. I guess you call. That's what we do.
No questions on my.
I think you can call vote.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're ready to call the vote. I'm ready to call the vote. You ready? Yes, yes.
Anyone else?
Show of hands.
Yes, let's go.
All right, so let's do.
You
Ready
ready
to
to
call
call
a
vote?
vote? Let's call a vote. So,
Okay.
did we have any other questions first? We're feeling comfortable.
All right.
Okay, so this is our opportunity to discuss what I would share though, before we have to vote. What do you want to
Give the mic so that.
there's no mic. It's just my volume. So what we hope, you can see this is a big difference. This is 46% lower in expenses. We really hope we can fundraise more than this amount. And if we can do so, we will backfill those priorities to try to come up to a level of spending as close as we can to last year. So we will come back to you after the fall campaign, hopefully with a revised budget. We actually did a version of this last year. Last year, we presented two budgets at this time, a skinny and a full, and we asked for your approval for both, depending on how fundraising went. This year, we're not quite ready with the both versions, so we'll come back to you later with the revised version. If that is allowed, like if we can get it. You already said that.
It's okay.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So at this time, we will, if there are no further questions, for this year's budget, we'll call a vote. Can I Can I hear a vote from the membership to approve the proposed budget?
Yes, yeah,
Can you say your name for the minutes?
Natalia.
Natalie. Question, please.
So we are all here advocate for our kids. Of course, we are all will agree our children come first. And what I see in this is equal amounts being dedicated for teacher and staff. It's same exact percentage we're asking for students. And we all love our teachers, of course, but if we are looking as a whole, a community that the student come first, what is your justification? Because there is a lot of kids in need more than ever during that time, especially with ICE. We know at least a couple of families that both parents have been abducted, for example, by ICE, and there's many other scenarios for kids, for example, with really low income households. So how did we, can you adjust, like, can you just share a little bit, how did you end up having teacher and staff percentage exactly matching the students? Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Well, what I know to be factual, that within our communities, no one is missed. Like everyone is serviced completely. Whatever our community needs, we have resources. If it's not something that we have in-house, we have external resources that we connect our community with. So I know personally that everyone from the scholars, teachers, administrators, custodians, everyone is supported in our community.
Much respect to Director President. The question is how did we look at the budget?
Yes.
That is the plan is for us to vote. And what I see now, just like if we just focus on that, the vote is asked for teacher and staff is matching the student budget. And if we are all here as an educator, parents, and advocates for our community, I just don't see much of a balance. I mean, our students way more need for that support than us.
If I may say, Mom, well, thank you. Funding that is given to support teachers, actually supporting the kids. Basically, what that is supplementing the things that they need in the class.
Thank you. That is not excess.
Yes, it's the supplementing the funding that is needed in the classroom, where the school budget is not able to provide. So it's not like the teachers are getting that money for themselves. It's money that is being spent on them.
Yes, and we love our, thank you so much, Principal. That makes a lot of sense.
So if I may,
Yes, ma'am.
teachers are spending like $2,000 on a specific product for the children. Then of course, we say teacher would actually go into the
Yes,
kids
makes sense.
because the teachers cannot, because we cannot even claim the taxes. We have to go through the pay and then we make our PTA to see the big support. It's not teachers, let's be clear. Because when we do the appreciation, we really appreciate what you are doing.
We love them and we appreciate
breakfast is it's not like expensive one way, we really break in the bank and all of that. It's really for the children. Teachers are spending so much, you have no idea.
Yes.
Just for the beginning of the school year, teachers are spending money.
Yes, ma'am.
And for me, that's commendable what teachers are doing, and we are so grateful to the PTA, who's always there to encourage the teachers not to stop.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate that.
So my last question then, why did we choose to have the category student, teacher, staff? Because from what your explanation, Principal and AP, is that money is actually helping the students. So can you just someone explain that from accounting perspective?
Yes.
How did you distinguish those two?
Because
they're
everything
both
has
more-
to be allocated. That's how we determine the budget. So everything has to go in its own appropriate category, even if it's open for change. So we have to start a budget. We have to start somewhere. But with me, anyone who knows me, it always starts with for the children. And I'm naturally a teacher as well, early childhood teacher. I'm naturally connected to education. So I know the necessity of when we support our teachers, it also supports our scholars. And with me, the children are always first.
I can give an example.
Yeah.
Like
The student body one might be for like an assembly, like as someone to come in for an assembly or a field trip that benefits a large population of the students. That's why it's allocated as students. And then the teacher one might be reimbursing a teacher for an initiative that they're doing. So they're going in like two different buckets, but they're going to the same place.
Thank you all.
But so we can break down.
Yeah.
It is hard to digest, and specific examples are good to know. A lot of money.
It's a lot.
And the budget that the school receives is really about the students in a lot of ways, and all the things that are already provided. And so to earlier points, the reimbursement of what they're spending of their own money for our kids and lives. And the celebration of them, they spend their lives for our kids. So
It just goes back, we love our teacher, we appreciate them. It's just like you would see in 35%, 55%. I have to raise that question because it just doesn't have enough new explanation, break it down with good examples. I think we are all better understand.
Yeah.
What this exactly is. Thank you all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it may look one way on paper, you know, numbers begin to look all kind of ways, but in actuality, everyone is supported within our community in all fairness. Everything is equal. Thank you. Any more questions?
Okay. So. Questions, thank you for bringing it up. Thank you for bringing it up. It's important to be able to go over the budget with everyone and. I'll say, the board talks about this, has talked about it for several years. Our teacher appreciation amount is on the high side. Looked at this. We think our teachers do deserve it. And the relationships that we have in the building and the fact that they have a lot of discretion with their title is one of the reasons that's driven that decision-making split. So we'll leave it there. Happy to talk further, and it's an ongoing place. Last year, this split was very different at the higher budget amount. So hopefully we'll be able to really refill categories, especially student appreciation, student activities. Natalia had made the motion, then she left. For clean purposes of a vote, let's see, can someone else make a motion to approve the budget? Melissa Luce has made a new motion to approve the budget. Okay. I have studied Robert's Rules of Order on the boards I'm serving on, so I should say, do we have a second? Kristen Servants has seconded. Okay, I happen to know her name and she was facing. Okay, so we'll say all in favor, raise your hands, say aye. And those of you online participating in the vote, please type yes, or if you'd like no in the chat. Okay, anyone opposed to the budget, please feel free to raise your hands. Say no. Okay, any no's in the chat, Brad?
Not yet, only one person has responded, so.
By the way, big thank you to Mr. Ryan Sherrill for being support. Making it possible for us to have hybrid meetings. Okay, it passed. Thank you all very much. Next up is how to get more money.
All right. As you just heard from our previous conversation, we rely heavily on fundraising to be able to support teachers and students and this community. My name is Melissa Luce. I'm going to chair the fundraising committee this year. I'm very excited to help us raise money for all the important work that's happening at the school. So far this year, with just some, whispered asks to friends and neighbors and generous relatives, we've raised about $6,500. And we expect more to come in. We have a very diverse family community here. That means that some people, it is very easy for them to give an extra $10 to their PTA dues, and for others, they can't. We do not want anybody to compromise what is a need for them in order to donate. But if you have the means, we are asking for your help. A lot of people are donating their time right now to help our families in need in these moments of crisis, and that is enough. And others don't have time, but they might have a little bit extra to give. And we hope you will consider donating, because every dollar, quite literally, as you see, will help our school. We have big needs, big enthusiasm, and big shoes to fill from our fundraising in the past. Things are very hard right now in all of the ways, and we'll just keep asking for the people who can to give a little more. We'll have a Barnard campaign, Care for Bears, later this year, more to come on that front. We will have a Double Good, which is always a big fundraiser for us. That money and that popcorn are delicious.
Yes.
And other opportunities that maybe we haven't explored. One, for example, is that this Saturday, you've probably seen in Class Dojo, thank you, Ms. Madera, for posting it for us in English and in Spanish. The Friends of the Old Soldiers Home up the street is hosting their annual fall festival. In the past, they have allowed a different school to have a table. This year, they're gonna let Barnard have a table. Come by, it is free. You don't have to do anything. You can just come and your kids can play, and let's hope it's a beautiful day and you can get food from the food trucks, play outside on their beautiful property, and encourage your neighbors to come and maybe buy some snacks from our table. We would love volunteers. I would love other volunteers to help me staff the table on Saturday. You can check in Class Dojos to sign up for that. The event is from 3 to 8. And if you want to make something that we can sell, maybe your pupusas are award-winning and you have a dozen extra to give. Maybe you make the best cookies anybody's ever had. Maybe you have an extra stash of granola bars. We will take them. I will come to your home and pick them up. I would love to do that. So check Class Dojo. It was posted yesterday, and maybe we can post it again or remind people. We'll figure it out. We need people to join the PTA fundraising. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Here. We need people to join the PTA fundraising committee. Kristen has already signed up, and we're gonna keep talking about the beautiful shirts and sweatshirts that we're gonna order. It is a fun committee. We need your help. Our kids need our help. Let's raise some money. Thank you.
All right, and now committees. We're changing a little bit the way we think and talk about our committees this year, because turns out if people, maybe there's something about the word committee, maybe it's kind of a long word, we don't want to go to committee meetings. Okay, so I'm gonna introduce you to the chairs of these important activities, and I'm not gonna use the word committee. If I do say the word committee, you can boo at me, and then I. So I am the chair of the Family Engagement Activity team. And we're a many-armed team. We do a lot of different things. Most of the people on the Family Engagement team don't even know that they're on the Family Engagement team by name. So you can too, and you don't even have to officially join the team. So one thing we're exploring from a family engagement perspective this year is PTA meeting calendar and cadence. Last 2 years, we've been in person every month, except for occasional virtual meetings, mainly due to weather and time of year. But we started out really strong with the year with attendance, and then we did taper off by the end of the year a bit. And we want to make sure that we are not just holding steady, but growing our attendance at PTA meetings, which is why we asked you to take a survey when you did your membership about when you'd like to have meetings. What we saw is that Tuesdays and Thursdays work best. Tuesdays are better from a scheduling perspective because DC Scores is always using either the room or they're having the game on Thursdays. So we'll probably mostly go back to Tuesdays. We don't think we will do every meeting every month in person or even at all. So we're likely to have one in-person meeting per quarter. That's a big reason why we were able to cut PTA administrative expenses, because each in-person meetings we pay for childcare and food. So by having only a smaller number of quarterly in-person meetings, we can reduce that need. We will also have some virtual meetings, some all virtual meetings. And there will be some months like December and April, which are really hard to schedule, we just won't have a PTA meeting those months. Our bylaws allow us to have meetings only every other month, so this is not an issue from a calendar, from a like bylaws perspective. But our hope is that we can use that time that you would otherwise have come to the meeting. For example, in December, instead of having a PTA meeting, you can come and volunteer at the holiday activities. We can do more events together where we bring the energy we bring to the PTA into either a social event that's not a meeting, maybe a coffee date, maybe chat with principal, something else, or maybe volunteering. So thank you for all doing the surveys. And we got that a lot of people do like virtual option. People could say whichever they preferred, in person or virtual, and they could say both. And actually more people picked virtual than picked in person, which doesn't mean that people can't do both, but it does mean that we think there's a good amount of people that we could catch on virtual, no matter what. So we will do, but we will stick with the 6 o'clock time. That's the last piece of data. 6 o'clock, people like it. Nobody wants to be meeting late at night, even if it's on computer. So we'll schedule those meetings. We'll let you all know, and they will be on a slightly different cadence. But if that, let us know how you feel about that. If there's any questions or concerns. Yeah.
So I have observed and noticed that the enrollment or the people who comes to this meeting, unfortunately, is way less than we would like.
Yes.
If I may ask kindly, the parents who invited you from the background to raise your hand, so you can show them who asked you to come in here. Parents who asked you to come in here if you don't mind. So bring basically half of the people here, right? What we would like to figure out is a way to have more parents join.
Yes.
We really like it just happened today. It's a good day. The weather is lovely. The kids were playing outside and more parents were waiting. But this could be also a completely different crowd today we are having. So what is possible ways probably you and your team have already, I'm sure you guys already thinking about to reach more families to join this wonderful meeting when we have it.
Well, thank you for asking. That's the next thing I was going to share. So we have a WhatsApp group for the first time that's school-wide, and it's actually called a WhatsApp community, which means that you can join multiple different groups within it. There's an English school-wide chat in Espanol, and Salam, a school-wide chat in Amharic. And the QR code for joining the WhatsApp group is over there. So that gives us an additional channel to communicate amongst ourselves. There's also Class Dojo. We send emails. I flyered the whole campus 2 days ago. But you're right that meeting people in person and pulling them inside is the best. And I love your help, Molly. Molly is on the family engagement team, by the way, and she knows. She had already specifically said this is her thing. She's gonna pull people in. So I think that is a really successful thing. I have been outside flyering ahead of the PTA meetings for years. You might have seen me. I pull in the children to help me hand out flyers. I always think more people tell me they're gonna come than actually come. So any ideas are welcome, and any help with that is welcome. We can always get copies of the flyers, the office will copy. Yeah.
Lisa, you mentioned the WhatsApp, the group chat. I have not heard about it or seen any communicating about it. How was it promoted? And yeah.
We started at back to school night, and like 60 people signed up at back to school night. I sent out so far just one email about it, and I'm telling you all right now. So those are so far the 3 channels. But I also want each of you to tell other parents that they can join the WhatsApp channel, please.
Have you posted it on Class Dojo?
No, we haven't posted it on Class Dojo. Ms. Federa? Thank you. Good. All other ideas like that are wonderful. And tell people to come. These are important stuff we're talking about here. Okay, a couple other things. There's a group called Ward 4 Educational Alliance, which is a separate coalition of the Ward 4 schools, including the McFarland Roosevelt feeder pattern that our school is in. And they have monthly meetings. And we, in the past, had a parent, Shabnam Shalizi, sort of be our representative to that group. She can't do it anymore this year. Is there anyone who would be, I want you guys to say, you can go to this meeting. First of all, anybody can go. But also, I really want a representative from the family engagement team to go to this evening Zoom meeting once a month. Tell them what we're doing at Barnard. learn what other schools are doing, and bring back important ideas to the board. Does
You
anybody
say it's
want,
at the zoo?
it's on Zoom.
Oh, on the zoo. You what?
Okay. You can see me, yes.
I will
Great,
say,
thanks,
if
Becca.
there, like, it's really hard to always commit, but if there were like a few people, I would definitely be willing to do it.
To be on the team, and you
be on
too.
like a rotation.
Great. Okay, that's the core team for Ward 4 Ed Alliance partnerships. You guys are core team Ward 4 Ed Alliance. Please exchange contact information, and I'll send Becca, you know how to get to it. Yeah. Last thing is, last thing from me, Barnard Buddies. So as Dr. Reed mentioned, we have stood up an infrastructure program this year to get kids to school. Parents go through crises of all sorts. They can include detention or deportation, which can throw a family's rhythm completely off. It can also include a health crisis. It could also include a job loss or a change of address. Anything could happen, and it becomes harder to get your kids to school, and being here is so important. So we've created a program called Barnard Buddies, and if Melissa Luce and Katie O'Dowd are the geniuses behind this program.
He's 29. Still alive after all. Oh, that is serious. Take a night before you join the fun at Dinosaur Park. Dinosaur Park. Good luck with that. Your mom is a tough one. Well, good luck. We don't recommend you wake him up. He might be a little grumpy. We know you will. Dinosaur Institute for Kids, signing off. Oh, the lesson is going on. So,
Okay, back. Okay, I think you're back.
Katie.
Sorry, say that again.
Katie O'Dowd is on the Zoom, and if she can hear us, she's gonna try to speak through your laptop.
Yes,
So
can you
make sure
hear
your
me?
sound is on, Ryan.
Can you hear me?
My laptop? Well, the sound is going into my laptop.
Yeah. Maybe I can put the sound through here. Come on. It's gonna have to be coming out of your laptop. You just turn your speaker on. Fine. All right, whenever you're ready, Katie, give it a try.
Okay. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm Katie. I have a second grader and a kindergartner. I have helped with the winter coat drive for the past few years, and we're kicking it off again this week. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Primary goal is to collect gently used or new winter coats for our school community, but we also accept gloves, hats, and scarves. We're planning to accept donations through mid-November, bringing them to school as they come in so items can be distributed on a rolling basis. You can reach out to me for more info if you want to support in any way. We had some parents last year who fundraised separately for this and were able to buy, I think, mittens and hats for everybody on the list, which was great. I'll circulate a spreadsheet with the sizes after this, as well as drop-off locations. But reach out to me with any questions and would love any additional support if you want to join.
Thank you, and we will get an email and flyers out about that very soon, right, Katie?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome, thank you so much for running that again. Okay, other team leaders. So Melissa is a captain of the fundraising team,
Yeah,
and you can join her to raise money.
yeah, why not?
Be on that team. Courtney Edwards, who I think is not on tonight, is the captain of the teacher appreciation team, which includes fun things like delivering cards, and sometimes when we do our teacher appreciation meals, you can, help make sure they get a great meal. Rachel Redfern is the captain of our playground team, which monitors the playground on the weekends. It's open to the public and families love to use it. It's not locked this year because of the construction changes. So the main thing they do is they go in the evenings and they just check for trash. They alert if there's any problems like graffiti or a broken glass so that it can get cleaned up quickly and stay safe for the kids on Monday morning. If you live nearby and your kids like to use this playground, please, please, please join the playground team. All it means is that you let someone know if you see a problem on the playground and you pick up a little trash when you're here on the weekends. It's really easy. It's not a committee. You want to talk about events and how people can get involved with volunteering for events?
There'll also be announced. You all can sign up.
You told me I had to find you.
Well, she said don't call them committees. I like to call them connectivity. Okay, we're all connecting with one another. So just basically look out for upcoming events. And if you're willing to sign up to help, sign on up, and I'll be more than happy to work with you all.
One word. Is Alyssa here? She was here earlier and then she might have left. She had to leave. So Alyssa runs sort of our volunteer and teacher appreciation program. Not teacher appreciation, room parent program. This year is a little different. Instead of having parents proactively sign up to be room parents with the teachers, Alyssa has asked the teachers if they want a room parent to work with and how they want that to work. Because not all teachers have really needed or wanted room parents, and we want to be responsive to the needs of the teachers. So if a teacher wants a room parent, and if you want to be a room parent, when you do that, if you haven't had the conversation yet, when you do your parent-teacher conference day, it would be a great time to make the offer and find out what their needs are. But we've asked them to reach out through Class Dojo to find out if somebody could take a leadership role there if they need.
So room parents typically have an active role in the room. Are there also opportunities for room parents to just like kind of connect the community outside, like for play dates or,
So actually, we've had that occur before. So I know a lot of times people hear room parents and it's not a committee, nor is it like a structured commitment, right? The beginning of the school year, everyone's excited, maybe it's your first time in school with your scholars or returning, and your expectation is to be active, be this awesome room parent, and then life may happen, right? And then you may have a partner room parent in the class. But just, be realistic about what it is that you can provide, what you can give of yourself, and we're more than happy for any part of it.
Can I ask a question? How do we get the contact information of the other parents in our room? Because I've had issues receiving all of their information.
So
I have words.
right. Go ahead. So I know that's a subject for sure. It depends on the parents if they want to give their information.
But one reason why we're actually making the room parent program structured differently this year is because I think almost every class teacher is using Class Dojo this year to create those class chats, which they have not all done in the past. And if your teacher has not created a class chat, you can ask them to do so. That means that you can use Class Dojo for that inter-parent communication without having to get everybody's phone numbers. Obviously, you can always ask phone numbers, but we're hopeful that by using Class Dojo that way, it makes it easier to actually reach everybody.
The other thing, and to answer your question, in the past, the main reason we've needed to talk to each other is to get teachers' gifts. So then we need to be off of the Class Dojo where the teacher is. So last year, we only had about 4 people's phone numbers, so we all just coordinated. But it's hard to kind of gather all of that.
from gathering it, there's like a WhatsApp group, then there's like a chat. I wonder if it would make sense to have like group of parents, but they're sort of like trying, like they sort of coordinate getting a directory together of like letting their families and their class know how they can like be on one of these platforms.
Yes.
And then they're sort of just opening the door so people can communicate, because I think especially in early childhood, I feel like people wanna like socialize with other parents, and it might be a good way to like get people to build that sort of classroom community, and then the room parents can also rope them into coming to PTA meetings or
Yes.
being on the non-committee basis. So I'm just, as a pre-K parent, I'm thinking like, it might be a good way to start the ball rolling, that might just keep some people rolling. in the
Yeah.
other direction.
So within our WhatsApp community, we can make many more chats. So it is actually a great place to make a class
So
chat.
maybe that's a better place than Dojo for like.
But as Krista said, you may not get everybody.
Right. Oh,
So it depends on what the need is. You could say, hey, everybody, we want to do a gift. Join our new class chat to plan for it, and then put the link in the class dojo chat.
so we're having a get together in the park.
Yeah. Get together in the park and just put on class dojo.
Dr. A wants to know how you want to deal with that.
They're ready? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're here.
Yes.
Very quiet.
Well, it's Q&A time, it's everything, but that's, you know.
Yeah. Any questions? No more questions, suggestions? Any more?
I have a question about you said the play dates or our playground play time during the weekend. So I've been actually during weekdays and after the dismissal around like 6:15, a group of high school, look at Peter like the high school students came in. And they do what young teenagers do. I wonder if there's any protocol. My understanding is public school turned to be in public place after work hours. Am I correct? So after 6, anybody can come and join the playground. Is there any protocol to say to those kids when they're coming in, like the bigger kids, like high school or not? Because walk out the playground, like.
Well, I know me personally, if I see something that seems alarming, I'm going to contact. Well, then I would contact the authorities. Because that type of activity is not supposed to occur on school grounds or anywhere where children are, to fellowship and enjoy them. So I would call the authorities. If you ever witnessed, and we've had some people in the community that have witnessed, situations like that, and they have called the authorities. So don't hesitate, please. Any more questions or suggestions?
Thank you.
Well, I guess we're gonna give